Hi, and welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name is Michelle, and I'm here with Brian. And in this video, we're discussing the real cost of a forgotten 401k and the steps that you can take to recover your missing 401k funds. So, Brian, I want to start with the cost of leaving behind a 401k because I think it's critical people understand what's actually costing them in retirement savings every time or every day that goes by that they're delaying not retrieving those funds.
You're right, Michelle. These numbers are staggering, but that's not too surprising considering it's not something that's top of mind when you switch your job, right? You're
No.
worried about getting to the next place as fast as possible.
Sure.
So at the end of 2021, there are nearly 25 million forgotten 401k accounts worth about 20% of all the 401k assets in the United States.
It's a
That's
lot of money.
lot of forgotten money. And according to Capitalize, leaving behind a forgotten 401k account has potential to cost an individual almost $700,000 in foregone retirement savings over their lifetime. And that number has probably increased due to the record number of Americans still leaving their jobs today.
Yeah.
Here's the latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It shows 4.2 million people left their positions voluntarily in November of 2022, near a record high of 4.3 million in November of 2021.
Yeah, so definitely that number has gone up in the amount of
It has, and
cases.
it's ridiculous, but it's still climbing. And there was a recent LinkedIn survey showed that 61% of U.S. employees are handing in their resignations this year.
It's an alarming number of people.
It is. I think it's safe to say that the Great Resignation isn't over yet.
Nope, far from it, right?
While the potential amount you may be missing out depends on your balances and your fees, do you want to risk missing out on savings you worked so hard to accumulate? Most people don't.
No, especially now that we've just told you the cost of it. Don't leave it behind.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, let's get to it then. How do people go about locating old 401k funds?
Okay. The easiest way, maybe not the most, what I want to say, comfortable way
Sure.
to track down your old 401k is to check with your former employer.
Got it.
And contact your previous employer's human resources department. And if you ask them if you still have a leftover 401k plan, this isn't comfortable, but you know what? It's your money. Go get it. I mean, it's the easiest way to find your old funds.
Yeah.
And here's the second option. If you don't want to call the employer, if you have your old statements, it'll have your plan's account number as well as your plan administrator's contact information. If it doesn't, the plan uses your Social Security number as a verification. Call the number that's on your statement if you don't want to talk to your old employer.
And also note on that, if you are constantly throwing out your statements, keep them. This is another reason to keep them so you don't have to call your former employer. You'll have the information.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to another option, which is to use online and non-online database that you can find. There's quite a few of them, right?
Yeah, there is. There's a national registry of unclaimed retirement benefits. You can contact them to see if your account has been reported as unclaimed. That usually takes a little while before it gets put on unclaimed. And it's a secure site that allows you to search for your lost plans using your Social Security number. So you don't have to worry if you don't have your old plan account number.
Okay, so real quick, you just said it takes a while for it to be reported. What do you know how long that is? Is it like a year, 5 years, or is
all depends on the employer and how fast they're updating the information.
Okay, got it. All right, so what else is there?
How about there's also a National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators. It's a database that lets you search for plans based on your first and last name. And if them above steps don't lead you to the recovery of your funds, contact Employee Benefits Security Administration of the U.S. Department of Labor. And we're going to drop the links to all these different sites in the description below this video for you.
Yeah, so make sure to check those out if you don't feel comfortable calling your old employer and you can't find a past statement. All right, so I have a question on this. What if your previous employer is out of business? How do you go about recovering lost 401k funds then?
Then the key is to go back to the administrator. Another reason to hold your statements, because your old administrator would have access to that plan still. And if they have moved it to one of them databases online, they would have record of that transaction. So,
Okay, so but you have to go back to the plan administrator, but that requires you to have the plan administrator's contact information, correct? Like, will using one of
yes.
these databases tell you that information?
Yeah, well, the plan administration can also be found on the sites that we mentioned above, or
Okay.
even with just a quick Google search. So you could take like your old 401k company that you had the 401k at. So let's say XYZ company, and
Uh-huh.
do XYZ company 401k plan administrator, type
And
it in the
find it
Google
that
search.
way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Another thing that we to mention, if the above steps aren't successful, you may consider hiring an attorney or a financial advisor to help you recover your lost 401k plans. So
All right. Well, I can see why people aren't super motivated to locate an old 401k funds because it
it's
can
a
be
lot of
a
work.
process, right? And why the easiest and fastest way is to suck it up and just contact your old employer if they're still in business.
Yeah, it is. And we know you don't like to contact them, but it is the easiest way to get access to your old 401k plans. And here's why you want to do it. Think about this: having access to them old 401k plans, you could be able to consolidate into one to make things easier just in case you switch jobs again.
Right.
Also, when you locate your old 401k plan, you now can go back to calculating your retirement planning, get back to your goals, what you were trying to do. And also, when you've got them all back into one place, Michelle, you can actually look at your investments and help choose the right investments to build your long-term portfolio. So,
Yeah. So the process might not be fun and it might not be easy, but if even if you have to spend a Saturday going through those databases, it's well worth it because every little bit helps in retirement.
definitely.
All right. So here's the thing. If you locate your funds and you're not sure what to do next, we're going to drop a video below on the number one 401k rollover mistake. Because when you find that, you're going to have to do something with it. And before you roll it over into just anything or cash it out, you want to watch this video. So
Definitely.
check that out. We're putting that in the description and the pinned comment below. And also, if you like the content of this video, give us that, hit that like button, show
Hit
us
that
some
like button.
love. If you know of anybody who's left a job who can use this information, forward it on, leave us comments, and don't forget to subscribe. So, Brian,
Definitely.
before we wrap this up, is there any parting words of wisdom you'd like to leave with us?
This is your 401k. Every dollar that you accumulate towards your retirement is going to just help you create that income you need to make it through retirement. So make sure you do this, folks. This is your money.
All right. Thanks so much, Brian, and thanks to everyone who watched.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.